So I'm gonna ask I'm gonna go into a part. It's gonna be a little bit in the future to bring back to understand the mentality of where you was at then. So when I look at you as I learned later also like a marketer, a creative director, a curator.
But not knowing, but yeah.
Yeah, and me and you we're both this. Because from the start, just trying to help a group that you don't even know really, to help their cause and their mission. When you was doing all this and going, because you have an eye of like curation of certain things. Like, was that always with you every process, like wanting to make things get to a higher level than the actual thing that it was for? Because
that's a great way to put it. I'll be honest. Yes, but honestly, even before that, bro, this shit could actually like choke me up. I want my people to win so bad. When I say my people, like anybody immediately around me, friends, family. If you're an artist, if you're a barber, if you're a director, if you're a producer, I want my people to really, really win. And I have the mentality from a lot of people I worked with, from, the early Bad Boy Diddy days, the Dame Dash days, the Leor Cohen days, Kevin Lyles days. Like I've been through a slew of, amazing
Legends.
Executives at the time that, that I learned, not settling, that I learned going, there's no doesn't exist, that I learned shooting for the highest of, you know what I'm saying? Like I learned that really early, and I kind of already felt that way. Like I was always a passionate person, you know what I'm saying? So now implementing that passion and maybe a little bit of knowledge and some great drive in what I believe in, which is this artist or this song or this clothing line or whatever the case may be, I just exerted that shit in like on overdrive. So I've always been like that. That's why I'm still like that right now. Like if my friend, if you have something, you at the compound and we throwing something, I'm telling 100 people, to the point where people are like, you own it with him? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I overdo it so much because I'm passionate about it. I want him to win. I don't own a piece of it. I don't get a commission. And most of my friends that I've met within the business, that's why I know different actors and athletes and, you know what I mean? Just people from all walks of life.
And I don't want to get into this part because we're not at that journey yet, but it's what I'm getting from you is I think it's an empath. Like, you take a part of a person's career and you honor it and you hold it with your execution though.
Yeah, and just try to enhance it.
Yeah. Well, I think one of my lines is funny because, I say we're similar in a lot of ways. And one of my things I live by, I say my job is to put a magnifying glass on your ideas.
Enhancing, yeah. Same.
So let's go back into the journey of now Bad Boy, Super Mario. Shouts out to him, Super Mario. And then
always.
I mean the glory day of Bad Boy, 112, Biggie, Craig Mack, list goes on, 112.
Yeah.
You're seeing hip hop at a
highest level,
light speed,
highest commercial level too,
highest commercial level, creativity level, videos, music, lyrics,
lifestyle.
Just the bar was pushed to every level. What was that like for you as a young creative? Because you're street team, but that is not.
I was a bum.
But you wasn't.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I know what you mean, but at street team,
Yeah, at street team, but in your mind, you never was that level. But what was that learning transition for you?
Again, man, it all goes back to, it inspires me because it's attainable to me. So for me, sometimes, you have Stockholm Syndrome. There's a lot of things out there that stop you from believing that you could achieve something or that you're, able to or deserving of something, right? Any one of those things. And I've suffered with that a lot in my life where it's like, I'm not supposed to be. I was talking to Tata 3 weeks ago. It was like, we're not supposed to be where we're at from where we came from. Tata came from the mud in Brooklyn, like mud, you know what I mean? I come from the mud in the Bronx. Like, we come from single parent homes, some of us, you know what I'm saying? We come from struggle. We come from no money. We come from same shoes for a year. We come from, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not supposed to be here, not at our age, in our business, well, what we do, you know what I'm saying? Most of the people that we started with are washed or gone or
Depot or
moved
whatever.
on or, you know what I mean? And just have moved on or didn't stay at the same level. There's not but so many. Same as you could look at artists or actors from
Athletes,
80s or 90s
whatever,
that
yeah.
how many of them,
Digressed.
transitioned and that too, you know what I'm saying? Or elevated to, there's a handful, you know what I'm saying? So my point is, I still think I'm not supposed to be here. So I go just as hard today as I went 30 years ago. You know what I mean? Because I feel like, I don't, I'm not sure if I really deserve this, but I got it, and God has given me the opportunity, and I'm gonna work hard for it. And you know what I'm saying? I feel the same way about Rock and Jay and wherever I was at the time. That like this is a blessing, this is a privilege, and I'm going to show that I deserve to be here. And how I show I deserve to be places is by proving that like I'm a great asset to this team. You know what I mean? Everybody's not going to be Jordan or LeBron or, Denzel but you can be a part of that piece of that
team.
company or that team or that, you know what I mean? That helps push whatever the subject is or whatever the principle is.
Yep.
Whether that's a piece of clothing, artist, or you know what I mean, or a song, you know what I mean,
Yep.
of pushing that thing, the highest to the furthest it can go.
So
And I just want to be a part of that team.
through that process of being on the Bad Boy team, like we said, seeing the highest things that you could see, you knew Street Team was not just the highest for you in that world.
Correct.
What other things intrigued you? Like, okay, you know what? I got to start going to the studio. I need to see so and so. I need to see D Dot make beats. I need to see the Hitmen. Or was it like, oh, you know what? No, I want to be around when these A&R meetings. Like what? Because it's like getting the call to be on the team, but you like,
I want more.
I need to be a starter. I can't be on the G League. Like,
correct.
What was that process for you?
That process for me actually started at Rock. So the Bad Boy thing was short-lived. I mean, a year and change. That's pretty short.
But wait. Even
in that year,
because in that year, that's when the light bulb went off.
But in that year, within the Bad Boy year, I didn't have access like that. I only had access to like big staff, big meetings for something that's going on, coming up, or for an album, or a lot of outside stuff, like I said, streets, clubs. I didn't have access to like studio. That came at Rock.
But in the Bad Boy town, was that the mindset of like, okay, I'm in?
I was more inspired by being around the artists and actually talking to them.
Okay.
I was inspired by Mace knowing my name, honestly. You know what I mean? Like I'm not.
An artist knows me.
I'm not even being funny. Like an artist that was selling millions of records and then I thought was incredible and I thought was one of the dopest lyricists, you know what I'm saying? To be around, and you're on the street team, bro. You're not like, you're not considered important. Maybe the head of the street team or the head of marketing who has the street team,
but not from an
important.
artist.
But the people that are on the street team, they're not considered important. They're considered the help. They're considered, you know what I mean? Like these guys are giving out stickers and posters and
putting
pamphlets
in windshields and stuff.
You know what I mean?
So let's go to Rock then. How?
Yeah. So the transition from there to Rock, which was 95, 96. There is when I went in there and I started on the street team as well because I had just been coming off of like, being a part of one of the dopest street teams. And I went into Rock and I started there. And even that, the street team situation, I was the head of the street team, myself and my man Bert. That only lasted a year. And Dame already could see, Jay already could see that like I wanted more. And literally they asked me, like a year later they were like, we kind of feel like your head is hitting the ceiling. You actually probably too ambitious for this, for street team. The team is great. Somebody else can run the team. What do you want to do? And I was like, I want to make records. Like I want to be an A&R. I can't produce, but I want to help an artist find a producer or find a writer or book studio. I want to, and then they were like, okay, cool. We're working on this movie called Streets is Watching. And Hip Hop, which was the other A&R there, my brother, he was already doing like a J album. Dame and Jay were like, you know what? You'll do the Streets is Watching soundtrack. You're an A&R now. And it happened just that easy. Doesn't usually happen like that, obviously, but I had already gained their trust. And Dame even said, Dame was like, because I was like, I didn't think you guys would let me be an A&R because I've never been one before. Like, how do you trust me? And he was like, since we've known you, you've only promoted. So I only promoted stuff I liked. I didn't promote like if I didn't like an artist. So like me and my man early on, we had Goody Mob early. We had Outkast early because we knew somebody at Arista and we was doing promotion for them, and I would only promote the stuff I liked. So imagine, so I would give them stuff all the time because even though I was working with them, I still had little side accounts.
Yep.
Yeah, so they had known me as promoting really dope, good music.
Good music, yeah.
That they thought was tasteful. So they thought I had good taste in music, and that's how I got, between, I guess, gaining their trust as an employee there, and then also having a decent ear for music or talent. I got the A&R position, and that first night we did "It's All Right" with Jay, Memphis Bleak, and my man G Roberson, who's like a big manager in the business.
Totally.
G had the producer named Mahogany, so I was like, "Yo, G, we're doing this." And, you know what I'm saying? So and Mahogany did the beat. So like, I jumped right in, and I jumped in, And by the way, working with Jay and Bleak was not a bad job. You know what I'm saying?
It's totally
it's not a hard job. They deliver. If anything, they just made me look good. You know what I'm saying? But it was just me, at least just setting up the room, setting up the session, setting up the play. For me, was more than good enough.
Wow. So yeah, you got thrown in
Yeah.
at a serious.
Luckily.
They always say. I think Nori said this before, man. He was like, "Yo, if I throw somebody in the pool, I'm not throwing them in 2 feet or 1 foot. I'm throwing them in 15 feet."
That's how I learned how to swim.
So exactly.
My uncle threw me in the water at 5 years old in like 7, 8 feet. I was 5, and it was like, he'll figure it out. Like that's how I learned how to swim. So